Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks. How are you doing today? This is Sunday afternoon, October 22nd, 2023. I'd like to do a little video about the upcoming market this next week. Talk about a couple of charts I've got on here. So let's start with the SPY here. The past 3 days in the SPY, we've had a pretty good little move to the downside, failing the 50-period moving average. That's that blue line right in there. This yellow line right here, this is the 200-period moving average, and also not shown here is the 500-period moving average, which is just about right about right there. So with these 3 bars down, we've got no wick on the bottom. Doesn't appear that the buyers stepped in. So unless something happens between this weekend, between now and the market open, to me, it looks like the sellers still have control. Price is below the white line, which is the T line, and the T line is below the trend indicator, and the trend indicator is red. So sellers have control. Let's also take a look at a couple things here. There we go. I've got stochastics up on this chart, and you can see here there's no green bars on stochastic. That means they're behind the orange bars, which means they're working themselves to the downside. And as you can see here, we still have plenty of room before we get to an oversold position. Right here is what oversold would look like, and we've got a bit to go there. T2123 is one of the indicators that we like to use a lot, and you can see that the orange bar there, price, is below the T line, and T line is below the trend indicator. That's on the hourly chart. This is the 15-minute chart over here, and that is still on the bearish side of things. If it's going to be bullish, it'll swing up. We'll certainly share that when that happens. Okay, so right now, just looking at the SPY here, it looks to me like the sellers still have control, and we have not seen buyers to turn us around just yet. Let's take a look at IYT. The transports, you can see the transports are still bearish. Price below the T line below the trend indicator. We're not completely in that oversold area. We're below the 200-period moving average. And actually, if we fall too much, that blue line right there, that's the 50 simple, it is very possible, we get a death cross here with the 50 crossing below the 200-period moving average. XLI is another one worth keeping an eye on, the industrials. And once again, we finished the day Friday with a double bottom. It may produce support, but guessing whether it produces support is just not the way to trade. What we want to do is wait for the bulls to step in and show us some signs of bullishness, and then we can trade based on that bullishness right in there. So we need to wait for that candle right in there. Right now, I've got 96.80 here as the next possible move down. Also, something we want to watch is that stochastics. I have had a lot of questions this past week on indicators. In fact, that's going to be one of our topics for the members e-learning coming up in a couple of weeks. So I thought, well, I should probably start talking a little bit about it. So anyway, you can see that we're a little bit still overbought. Well, we're not necessarily overbought, but we are on a mission to get back down to the oversold area. You can see you don't see those green little tips right there. Those green tips, when you see that, everything's bullish, everything's working. When we're moving down, the green tips are down below, and you can see where the orange bars are starting to slide down. So we'll keep our eye on XLI for a possible reversal or continuation to the downside. For the bearish side of things, what would be really nice is to rally up a little bit, then look for that short and then we may be able to short to the downside here. Qs failed the 50-period moving average, price below the T-line below the trend indicator. Pretty simple, not difficult at all. You can see that we're still headed to the oversold area here. You can see the down bars, the lower highs on the bar, and no green showing. That's bullishness, bullishness, bullishness. Moving up, you can see no green showing, so that means that they're hidden behind. They're being overcome by the pull to the downside, and they're hiding behind those bars. This is the 200-period moving average, the yellow line. It's possible. I say possible because trying to predict that it's going to happen, I think, is just a ridiculous thing to do with the market. 351 and a quarter here. Could we bounce from there? Sure. Is the bounce going to be something worthwhile? No one can really predict that. We don't want to predict that. Let's for a moment say for a minute that the bulls step in. So maybe the bulls do something like that one day, and then maybe the next day they do something like that. Okay, we've got something now. What we can do is use that hammer. Anything above that hammer, we could look at that as bullishness. Now, as price rises, assuming it does, as price rises here, we just simply have to move our stop up. Use one candle stop here, because if it starts to fail, the truth of it is we're still stuck under a whole lot of resistance. So it could be that low, high, a lower low, or if you count the body, a double bottom. We come up here and make a failed high and then start turning down. So we only want to look at that positive trading if it's going to do that. Outside of that, a failure of 351 and a quarter, or this low over here on the 27th, I'm going to look for that 200-period moving average to for price to get a whole lot closer to it. So that's what I'll be looking for. SMH, another blue ice failure here. That looks like it's moving down. Could it come down and test these lows right through here? Of course it can. Do I think it can? Unless something changes overnight, yeah, I think so. And now we're getting so close to the 200-period moving average. I'd be surprised if we don't touch that right in there. So pretty important. Watch those. FNGU is a chart that I follow a lot. This is the FANG ETF. Some of those big tech stocks. And this market is not going to go up without the big tech stocks. Not in any meaningful way whatsoever. So we need those big tech stocks to turn around. And right now, overwhelmingly, the tech stocks are looking to the downside here. Again, there's that 200-period moving average. And just in case there's buyers, there's the low right here at about 137.90, which is awfully close to that 200 right in there. So here's another chart I want to look at, and we'll call, and then I've actually got a few other things I want to show you. Let's see, another chart. Where is it at? Oh yeah, T2122. That's seriously in the oversold area. That does not mean that is for sure going to bounce, but it's hard to be too short when this is this far deep in the oversold area. Okay, very hard. So a little caution out there. I think you're going to see a lot of volatility this week, and volatility. There used to be a day when I've always heard that volatility is your friend as a trader. Yeah, well, be careful how much you wish for it, because too much of it might not be your friend. All right, let's talk about a couple of things here. Thanks for hanging out for this video. Number one, well, here, first of all, let's see earnings. There's about 1,600 stocks that has earnings this coming week. That's a lot. That's going to create some volatility. So I'd be a little careful with that, okay? Here is there we go. the Econo Day calendar here. And you can see Tuesday, we've got, here, let me get my tool out here. There we go. Tuesday, we've got PMI numbers. New home sales are coming up Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. And then the EIA petroleum status report coming here at 10:30, right through here. Durable goods orders at 8:30 on Thursday morning. These are all Eastern time, by the way. GDP at 8:30, that could be kind of important right there. International trade and goods coming up. Thursday is kind of a mean little day, first thing in the morning, I'll tell you. And then to boot, we've got jobless claims. Yeah, boy. Can you say volatility right there? Friday, we have personal income right here at 8:30 in the morning. Hey, Monday, tomorrow, we've got nothing. So there's the calendar for you. Take a snapshot of it, write that down. If you want the link, just let me know. I can get you the link for this. You can go look at it. So, all right, a couple more announcements. Let me get my list here. Remember that Monday, I will be hosting a webinar in the live trading alerts room at 11:45 Eastern. The webinar will be about how I use the cloud to scan. Tuesday night, we have public webinar that I also will be hosting, and the topic for Tuesday night will be how I trade the pinball setup. So we're definitely going to do some pinball review and how I might trade that. Tuesday all day, we're opening up the room to the public. For those of you that caught it, we are having a contest on where the SPY will close Tuesday at the close, this coming Tuesday, I believe it's 24th. And the contest winner will win Amazon gift card. We're going to give more than one card away, so really you just have to be close. And then we have a big surprise for the person that nails it. If somebody nails it, then, well, you get a bigger card, I guess. So I hope to see everybody Monday at 11:45 Eastern in the LTA room. If you can pick this up on an email. If you received an email on this, I will make sure the links are there. You can pick this up. You can pick up the login links on the YouTube channel. If you go below in the comments, I will put on this video. You'll be able to pick up the links there as well. Okay, so Monday at 11:45 a.m. Tuesday all day in the Hit and Run Candlesticks trading room, and then Tuesday night in the public trading room. Again, I know a lot of rooms. We'll put the links in there. Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll talk about that pinball setup, okay? Hey, thanks everybody for listening in. I absolutely appreciate it. We'll see everybody tomorrow morning in the trading room.